Today, a moment of great importance approaches in your life. That person you have in mind, someone whose presence is significant, is about to open their heart in a way you may never have imagined. Something kept for a long time, deeply rooted in their heart, is finally about to be revealed. And this revelation will undoubtedly have an impact that could transform everything you know about this relationship. Imagine the feelings that this person has carried in silence, the thoughts that have accumulated over time, forming a burden increasingly difficult to bear. This burden, however, has reached a point where it can no longer be ignored. The words that were trapped, struggling to come out, have finally found the right moment to be said. Today is the day when the truth will come to light, and you are about to hear something that may completely change your view of this person and what you share. For a long time, this person has struggled with themselves, trying to find the ideal moment to open up. There was fear, insecurity, and the constant doubt whether revealing these feelings could cause more harm than good. But now, something has changed. Perhaps it is the strength of the connection between you, or simply the fact that keeping these feelings a secret has become unbearable. Either way, the decision has been made, the truth will be revealed. You may have noticed signs in recent days. Perhaps you noticed a different look, a hesitation in the words, or even a silence that seemed deeper than usual. These are indications that something big is about to happen. Something that, if not said, could result in regrets later. And now, everything points to the fact that this person is ready to speak, to express what they feel sincerely and without reservations. When those words are finally said, there will be a mix of emotions. The truth can be a relief, but it can also bring to the surface feelings that were buried, both for you and for her. The impact of this revelation will be significant, and the way you choose to respond to it will be crucial for the future of this relationship. This person is preparing to open a part of herself that she rarely shows to anyone, and you are about to be the recipient of that trust. As you prepare for what's to come, remember that vulnerability is an act of courage. This person, by opening up, is showing a side of herself that is both fragile and powerful. By sharing these feelings, she is taking a risk, trusting you to receive this truth with understanding and empathy. And that, in itself, is a sign of how important you are to her. Throughout this journey, you will discover more than just this person's feelings. You will learn something about yourself, about how you handle the truth, about your capacity to forgive, to love, and to accept others, even with all the imperfections that come with being human. The truth, when finally revealed, is not just about the other person, but also about you, about how you choose to navigate this new reality that presents itself before you. When this confession is finally made, you may feel that a new type of energy begins to circulate between you. This change is almost tangible, as if the air around you becomes heavier with the weight of the truth, but at the same time lighter for finally having revealed what was once hidden. This is the transformative power of honesty, something that can both strengthen a bond and redirect it to new paths. You have likely gone through moments when you questioned the true feelings of that person. Perhaps you wondered why certain things were left unsaid, or why there was an emotional distance that, despite all efforts, you couldn't fully understand. Those doubts and uncertainties that you have carried for so long are now about to be clarified. And with this clarity comes the responsibility to handle the new information in a way that is respectful to both. This person, by opening up in this way, is doing more than simply confessing something. They are handing you a part of themselves that is incredibly valuable. What they are about to share is not something said lightly or without considering the possible consequences. It is an expression of feelings that have been carefully protected, often even hidden from themselves, out of fear of what it might mean. The courage they demonstrate in speaking reveals how much you mean to them. However, upon hearing this confession, it is natural for you to feel a mix of emotions. On one hand, there may be a sense of relief in finally understanding what was behind the gestures and silences. On the other hand, it is possible that you feel the weight of the responsibility to respond to this appropriately. This is a moment that requires sensitivity, empathy, and a willingness to look beyond the words and see what is really being said on a deeper level. The confession may be something you already suspected, a confirmation of feelings you had already intuited but that were never verbalized. Or it could be something that catches you completely by surprise, challenging your expectations and changing the way you see this person and your relationship. Either way, the impact will be profound, and the way you choose to handle it will define the future of this connection. It is important to remember that, when opening up, this person is not just sharing feelings. They are also seeking understanding and acceptance. They hope that by sharing what they have to say, you can see the bigger picture, understand the motivations behind their actions, and perhaps even find a new respect for them, for the courage that was necessary to expose themselves in this way. This is an act of vulnerability, and as such, it deserves to be treated with the care and respect that it demands. As you process this revelation, it may be helpful to reflect on what this means for you. How does this new information fit into the story you have already shared? Does it confirm something you already felt, or does it introduce a new dynamic that needs to be explored more deeply? It is possible that you may need time to truly absorb what has been said, and that is okay. There is no rush to make a decision or to respond immediately. What matters is that you allow yourself to feel and think clearly before acting. This is also a moment to consider what you want for the future. If what you hear aligns with your own feelings, this may be an opportunity to deepen the relationship, to build something stronger and more genuine based on this new mutual understanding. But if you realize that what has been said does not correspond to what you feel or desire, it is also important to be honest about that. The truth, as difficult as it may be, is always the most respectful path, both for you and for the other person. If you decide that you want to move forward with this person, then this confession may be the beginning of a new phase. A phase in which trust and communication are central, where both are more aware of each other's feelings and more willing to work together to build something meaningful. This new phase may be full of challenges, but it can also bring a depth and intimacy that you have not yet experienced. On the other hand, if what you hear does not resonate with what you desire, it is also important to communicate that clearly and compassionately. Honesty, even when difficult, is the best way to ensure that both of you can move forward in a healthy and respectful manner. Sometimes, acknowledging that feelings are not mutual is the hardest thing to do, but it is also the most fair. Regardless of your decision, know that this moment is an opportunity for growth for both of you. The revelation of such deep feelings, even if it doesn't lead to the outcome you expected, is an important step in each person's emotional journey. It allows you to be more authentic with yourselves and with each other, creating space for personal growth and the development of healthier and more genuine relationships in the future. Finally, remember that this is just a chapter in your story. Whatever the outcome of this confession, you are in control of what comes next. Use this experience to learn more about yourself, about what you value in a relationship, and about how you can continue to grow and evolve as a person. This is the moment to embrace the truth, to face emotions head-on, and to make decisions that will guide you toward the future you wish to build. With the words finally exposed and the truth revealed, you find yourself at a crucial point. This person's confession has not only brought hidden feelings to light, but has also opened up a new space of understanding between you. Now that everything is clearer, it is time to decide how you wish to move forward. This is a moment of introspection and reflection, where every word spoken and every emotion felt should be carefully considered. The confession, as impactful as it was, also brought relief for both. For that person, it was a relief to be able to express something that had been kept inside for so long, a truth that, if it had continued to be suppressed, could have become an insurmountable barrier between you. For you, the revelation of this truth may have been what was missing to fill gaps and answer questions you had been asking for some time. Now, with this new perspective, it is essential that you take the time necessary to process everything. Do not feel pressured to respond immediately or make a decision in the heat of the moment. The emotions that arise from a confession like this are complex and multifaceted, and deserve to be explored with calmness and clarity. How do you feel now? How has this revelation changed your perception of that person and of your relationship? It is possible that you feel a variety of conflicting emotions, relief, gratitude, but perhaps also a certain discomfort or doubt. This is completely normal. The truth has the power to illuminate and bring clarity, but it can also expose areas that need to be revisited, reconsidered, and perhaps even rebuilt. This is the moment to be honest with yourself about what you really want and what is best for your emotional well-being. If what you heard resonates with what you feel, then this may be the starting point for a new chapter in your life. A chapter where open communication and mutual trust are the foundations of a deeper and more meaningful relationship. You can use this confession as an opportunity to redefine the terms of the relationship, to commit to a new phase where both feel secure and valued. This new phase, however, will require a joint effort. The confession may have been an important step, but it is only the beginning. You will need to work together to build a solid foundation where both of your expectations and desires are considered and respected. This means having difficult conversations, being transparent about what each of you expects, and being willing to make concessions when necessary. The success of this new phase will depend on both of your abilities to communicate openly and honestly. On the other hand, if the revelation brought forth feelings of doubt or uncertainty, it is equally important to acknowledge that. Perhaps you realize that, Despite this person's courage in opening up, the feelings they express do not match what you want or feel. And that is valid too. Healthy relationships are built on the basis of reciprocity and mutual respect, and if you feel that these elements are not present, it is better to be honest about it now, before things progress in a way that may make it harder to step back. In this scenario, it may be necessary to have a candid conversation about what each of you expects moving forward. If the feelings are not reciprocal, it is important that both understand this and can make informed decisions about how to proceed. This may mean going separate ways, but with the understanding that the truth has been spoken and that both are choosing what is best for themselves. Regardless of the direction you decide to take, it is important to remember that you have the right to follow your own path, to make choices that are true to you. This confession, as significant as it may have been, should not be a burden or an obligation. It is, above all, an opportunity for both to get to know each other better and understand what you truly desire in your lives and in your relationships. While you ponder these next steps, remember that this is a time for growth. The truth can be hard to face, but it is also liberating. It allows you to see things more clearly, to make more informed decisions, and to move forward with more confidence in yourself. Use this clarity to guide your actions and to make the decisions that you know are best for your future. This is a moment to embrace the truth, to open yourself up to new possibilities, and to decide how you want your life to be from here on out. The confession was a starting point, but what you do from here is what will truly define the future. Be true to yourself, trust your feelings, and do not be afraid to make the decisions that will take you to the place where you truly want to be. Now, with the truth laid bare and all feelings in view, you find yourself facing a fork in the road. This person's confession, once hidden in the shadows of the unspoken, has now become the light that illuminates the choices ahead of you. This is the moment to decide what to do with the information and emotions you have received, and how they will shape your future and the relationship between you. First, let's consider the possibility of moving forward together. If what you heard makes sense to you, if it somehow fills emotional gaps and brings clarity to what you also feel, then this could be the beginning of something new and powerful. A relationship based on honesty, where both are aware of each other's feelings and willing to build a future together. But, as with any construction, this new phase will require work, patience, and a mutual commitment to face the challenges that will inevitably arise. One of the first things to do in this new chapter is to establish even more open communication. Now that feelings have been confessed, it's important for both to feel free to express what they need, what they hope for, and what they fear. Creating this safe space for dialogue is crucial for strengthening and developing the relationship in a healthy way. Remember that sincerity, even when uncomfortable, is the foundation of any lasting relationship. You may also want to revisit the foundations of the relationship. What united you initially? What values and goals do you share? Recalling and reinforcing these points can be helpful in solidifying the base upon which this new phase will be built. The past, with all its complexities and challenges, can serve as a guide to avoid the same mistakes and to build something even stronger and more resilient. On the other hand, if what was revealed has brought to light fundamental differences or feelings that you cannot ignore, it is equally important to acknowledge that. Sometimes, a confession shows us that, despite affection and connection, there are aspects of the relationship that cannot be reconciled. And this, no matter how difficult it may be to accept, is a truth that deserves to be respected. If this is the situation, consider what it would be like to go separate ways. It may be painful, but it could also be the healthiest step for both. The truth is that, in some cases, the most compassionate thing we can do for ourselves and for each other is to admit when a relationship is not meant to continue. This does not mean that the time spent together was in vain, but rather that you have both grown and learned from the experience, and that now it is time to move on to new journeys. This decision, whether to stay together or go separate ways, doesn't need to be made in a hurry. Allow yourself the necessary time to reflect on what is truly important to you. Consider your own needs, your desires for the future, and what you really expect from a relationship. This introspection is crucial for making a decision that is true to who you are and who you want to become. Regardless of the path you choose, there is something that is undeniably true. This confession, this revelation, was a catalyst for personal growth. For both you and the other person, this moment of honesty allowed you to get to know each other better, both with respect to yourselves and to one another. That, in itself, is already a great gift. Whatever the decision may be, remember that this is just a chapter in your life. Each experience, each relationship, each challenge contributes to your growth as a person. Use this moment to learn more about yourself, to strengthen your ability to make difficult decisions, and to continue evolving in the direction you desire. And if you decide to move forward with this person, may this new phase be one of joy, understanding, and mutual growth. May you build an even stronger relationship based on everything you have learned so far. If the choice is to go separate ways, may that be done with respect, gratitude, and the assurance that both of you are doing what is best for yourselves. Ultimately, what matters most is that you remain true to yourself, listen to what your heart is saying, and make the decisions that will lead you to a life of peace, happiness, and fulfillment. You deserve the best that life has to offer, and each step you take, whether towards a new phase together or a new path alone, is a step in the right direction. Allow your spirit to absorb these words and feel them resonate deeply within you. The universe wishes the best for you and will ensure a positive outcome, no matter what your choice is. Type, I absorb, receive, and accept my destiny and everything the universe has to offer me. To claim this message and the blessings contained within it for yourself, leave a positive comment for other viewers who may need a boost of positivity in their day. The universe sees this as an act of kindness. Let's uplift each other and create waves of good energy together. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe right now and pay attention to the important message that awaits you in the next video. May God and the universe illuminate your steps with peace, love, and faith. Amen.